It's the Festival of Dreams live on location. Lisa Williams.
Hey!
How are you going, darling?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm very, very well. Welcome to Australia.
Thank you.
You've got an amazing career. When you look at what you do now, it must be amazing to look back on where you started. And I want to go back to the times when you weren't as famous. What was it like when you were starting out in your world?
Oh wow, when I started out, I didn't think I was starting out in anything. I thought, everyone saw dead people, and I actually thought, why are people coming to see me for readings? Quite frankly, that's exactly what I did. And then I didn't realise the impact, and I think I've only understood over the last maybe 6 or 7 years since my TV show, the impact that it has on people.
And impact is something that can be life-changing.
I think it can be, and I've actually noticed that one simple reading, and it is a simple reading in many respects, can actually, just heal so many wounds that sometimes will take a therapist 3 or 4 years to get deep down into. So it really is incredible.
Now you're entrusted with, someone's entrusting you sacredly with their being and their aura. You have to, I suppose, monitor how much information you give them, because you may get it and other people, but they might not be ready to hear what they need to hear sometimes. How do you filter that? Or do you just tell it as it is?
Not me.
Nah.
I always say, do you want to know everything? And the reason is because I think people come for a reading, they need to take an element of responsibility. So I need to, whatever I get, I will give them. I won't filter. I'm not going to say, oh, by the way, your granddad's going to die. I will come out with it a bit nicer than that, trust me. But I always tell everything that I get. Now, there's sometimes I don't get the information. That's because they don't need to know it. But yeah, I've told you many times. I've told people many times that there's going to be a death, and it happens. And I tell you what, I don't know if they've got time, but I actually said to one lady, I said, whoever's waiting for the heart transplant isn't going to get it. And I didn't know it was her. And what actually ended up happening is she wrote all her letters, and then finally her daughter came and had a reading with me. And I said, your mum's talking about a letter, you've got a letter for me. She pulled out a letter out of her bag and she went, Lisa, if you're reading this, I want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to say goodbye to my family, because you told me the truth.
I'm getting shivers up my spine just hearing that.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I do it.
Yeah. Now, Mum and Dad, when you were growing up, what influence did they have on your life? Was Mum psychic or Dad?
No, and they wanted to section me into a mental hospital.
Really?
They really did.
Yeah.
They used to keep telling me the men in white coats are going to come and get me.
Right.
But my mum's mum, as I grew up, from the age of 7, she started to go to a spiritual church once my grandfather died. And then she started to open up, and that's when my mum started to open up. My dad was a big skeptic, and he was a big skeptic up until a few years ago. But now he's kind of changed his mind. He's getting there.
Now, in the world that we live in today, so many people are looking for hope and looking for a reason probably sometimes to live or to take that risk to change direction. What do you say to them if they're watching us today?
Well, I always say, follow your heart, listen to your gut instinct, follow your heart, open yourself up to the fact that we may not know right at this moment every piece of information that we need, but to know that there is a silver lining, there is something else on the other side, that we are going to meet our loved ones, that there is hope for us everywhere, and it's just a matter of how we come at it and our mindset.
I think we're all getting a lesson at the moment from America, and you've been to America and you've done all those different talk shows. And it's a lot of hype and it's a lot of everything. But with Robin Williams and people like that taking their lives, they've got all the money, we perceive. They've got the money, the success, the fame, the fortune, but at the end it doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't, and I actually live in LA, and so I see this day in, day out. I see all the fast cars, I see the fancy lifestyle, I see all of that, and quite frankly I pull myself away from it. But reality is, it doesn't make you happy, and I've seen that, and there are a lot of people who I've actually encountered who have got that lifestyle and have actually said, we're not happy, we are depressed because we can't go out of our homes, we can't do this, we can't do that. And so it's nice to actually get into reality and real people, and that's what they miss. So Hollywood is very tainted, but the reality is that everyday people don't see it.
Yes, and what everyday people see is a perception of an unreal world, I suppose, that's been created by Hollywood.
And they absolutely do, and I talk from my own point of view. You know, I'm standing here talking to you, but no one probably would have realised I was in tears 2 hours ago.
No.
Because I'm living the hotel life that really sucks, and you're missing your family.
Yes.
And so when that happens, it becomes hard. But you put on this, hey, you know, the Hollywood smile,
Yes.
and you become that persona, and so that's actually the reality of that world.
So family to you is important?
Family is very important. You know, it's what keeps me grounded. It's what keeps me solid. Charlie's 14. You know, with man hair and
Oh yeah, I know.
you know, stinky feet and all of that. You know, so as far as I'm concerned, my family is my rock.
Yeah. Celebrities that you've worked with on television and stuff, the big celebrities, the big names, when you meet them, they're just normal people?
They are just normal people, actually. And you know, you walk into, I remember walking into Seal's house when he was still with Heidi Klum, and I remember walking in and Heidi's cooking dinner in her Ugg boots and hair straight back and no makeup on. I'm looking like, wow, you know. And so it's a very normal environment. They're normal people, just like you and I.
Yeah. But they have a lot of influence in the world, and I think sometimes they can either use it to the benefit of humanity, or they can use it against humanity.
Yeah, they can, and I think, you know, the ones that I've actually been involved with very much are using it, you know, to enhance the world and really bring a message out into the universe. And I feel as though, of course, we've all got different sides to ourselves, and it's what facet they want to show at that particular moment.
Yeah. Now, I do a lot of teaching in education, radio and television for students. We're always talking about their image and perception and all that type of thing. Your image has changed a lot in your career. Now, here we are today interviewing you. Is this the Hollywood makeover look that they love for television? Are you styled by people to tell you the way to dress?
Never. Absolutely not.
You're a free spirit.
I am a completely free spirit. No, I think it's what you feel comfortable in, and over my period of time, I've actually tried to find what I'm comfortable in. I've gained a lot of weight. I've certainly lost a lot of weight. I've grown my hair. You know, with the husband went the hair. You know, the whole thing. And so I've changed my image, and I feel like now I'm really kind of slotting into my own space, and I feel like I'm finally fitting into my own skin. But it's taken me a lot of soul searching. But my image has always been under scrutiny and actually been under fire, and actually I don't care, because that's who I am.
That's what you are. And the world's image is under fire at the moment too. Do you think the spirits and the people above are giving us a message about trying to get along with each other with all the stuff that's happening?
You know, I think they are. I think really we're trying to, I think the spirit world, you know, divine, whatever you want to call it, I think they're really trying to let us see the reality, you know, that it's not all about glitz and glamour and makeup and all of that. It's actually about being real. And it's, as you know, I am very down to earth and very real, and I think a lot of people find that very like weird, that, oh my god, she's on TV, yet I'm normal, because I am. You know,
I love your shows, don't worry. I love your shows. I like what you do.
Thank you. But it is about staying real, it's about staying normal, and it's about just being yourself. And I think that's the message they're trying to convey.
Well, Lisa Williams, thank you very much for joining us here on the Conversation Arena and talking to us about your wonderful insights.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Fantastic. Direct from LA, Lisa Williams.